What's up guys, how's it going and welcome back again. This is actually the first video that I've done this year on this channel. I apologize, I did not mean to neglect the channel as here, but I do want to make some more content where I kind of talk about discussing things, reviewing, that kind of stuff. I have done quite a bit of more of other kind of stuff in this channel, but let's go ahead and talk about this demo because this is really good. I actually went with good expectations. However, have actually not been keeping track of everything regarding this Resident Evil remake. The reason for that being is, one, I like to be surprised about the things that I see here, so maybe some of the stuff that I talk about, maybe stuff that you already seen from like discussions or trailers or Capcom kind of talking about, but I do want to talk about my 2 cents, how I feel about it, because I've been a huge Resident Evil fan for the last I don't know, since the franchise started, and it's really interesting to see some of the stuff that they can come up with. But let's go ahead and talk about Resident Evil 4, the remake demo. So it's very much basically the first 15 minutes of the game, kind of the introduction, kind of showing you the village and the enemy people that you see and everything. Very much exactly how it plays out in the original Resident Evil game. In fact, I actually went back and played the original just to kind of double check that my memory didn't fail me, and yeah, it's basically the same thing. And overall, I want to say this is actually a really good demo. It does give you quite a bit of the lore, what's going on in the game, and kind of getting you a good sense of what they have changed, whether it's the gameplay, the way that they added some new features to the game. And I'm really happy to say that so far, from the 15 minutes of the first part of the game, it really does feel like a recreation of the original game. It does have a lot of the same things that I remember from the game. The location is very spot on how it is in the original game, whether it is the locations themselves or the items where they are placed are very much in the same exact spot as in the original game. It's probably like stuff like that. If you already played this game before, you kind of see those little details, and it does feel like this is a very faithful recreation from the original game. There are some things that I have played here so far that I don't think I like too much. One of them being the fact that your knife breaks. I feel like this is a really bad addition, but I can understand why as well, because when they grab you, you can now use the option to use the knife to kill him instead, which is pretty much how it works in the Resident Evil 2 remake game as well as some other Resident Evil games in the past. So it is kind of a takeaway from one, but I don't know what's gonna happen with the knives, and whether you can buy them at the store or something like that. I actually don't know is there any other ways about anything. At the same time, the knife has is not as useful. Now you can kind of break the boxes with your gun instead of having to use a bullet or something like that. So the knife does kind of don't have the same I guess things as before, but it's still pretty good. It's still pretty enjoyable and everything. As far as the gameplay wise, I do like the majority of the changes. I actually played it back and forth, and I could almost not play Resident Evil 4 or the original one after looking at this one, just simply because of some of the changes really kind of made me throw back. I'm like, wow, the game has actually changed in so many ways, and it looks very interesting now that they did these changes. So overall, I do think they did a wonderful job with their remake. As far as the demo goes, of course, we'll make more clear decision once the game comes out, but I'm really happy with what they shown here. Again, I do feel like they did a fantastic job kind of showing you what the game is gonna be like, and it really did give me a really hype for the game, so I cannot wait for it. It's just a few days more. We do have pretty much I will say about 2 weeks from the recording of this video, once they drop this demo and everything. But I felt like it was a good chance to talk about this, and I really wanted to talk about my opinion and my feelings on this, because honestly, this is something that I was really looking forward to. The demo was awesome. I actually, one final thing here, I really like how they did the Chainsaw Man in this game. He actually looks very scary, although he does look scary in the original one. I think they did such an amazing job with the with the presentation of that, because he does actually look more scary this time around. So I actually did that like change. And again, I feel like this game may be a little bit harder than the original one. I feel like the enemies do take a little bit more damage than before, whether it is when you're hitting them or shooting them with the the guns and everything, or even now with some of the other stuff and everything. I think they did some awesome changes here. But that's it for today, guys. Just talking about my opinion with the Resident Evil 4 remake demo. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about all this. Are you excited for this game? Are you gonna play it soon? Thanks so much for watching this, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.